check. Mic check. 1, 2.
Why are you here?
To become a world champion, it takes focus, it takes hard training, it takes determination.
They were getting my brothers and sisters to go and fight against their own blood.
There are many guys supposed to go to school and fall in the fields digging diamonds.
When I look at these waters and consider the journey my ancestors endured crossing them, I never thought I'd be the one to return.
It was the size of Texas. Can you imagine a storm that big?
But I think the people just wanted to change. People needed to do something, bring about some kind of a revolution.
Hi, you're watching Afropop, the ultimate cultural exchange. I'm Anika Noni Rose, and I'll be your guide on a tour of today's Africa. Today we'll join Sylvia Dorsey, a 17-year-old from Atlanta, Georgia, on her first trip to the west coast country of Ghana in Black to Our Roots by director Ross Trey Subira. Identity is a theme frequently explored on Afropop. For many African Americans, retracing one's roots to Africa is a lifetime ambition. In tonight's presentation, we'll watch as a younger generation seeks a connection to their African ancestry. Sylvia is yearning for something beyond the violence and despair that has marked her community in the projects of Thomasville Heights, Atlanta throughout her young life. She's passionate about exploring her ancestry, which takes her to West Africa on a journey of self-discovery. Unsure of what she'll find and whether she'll fit in, she finds herself challenging her own preconceived notions of what it means to be African. Continuing on the theme of identity, we will watch Mandisa. This short by student filmmaker Jacqueline Hernandez is an intimate portrait of a young South African woman. We meet Mandisa as she engages in a daily balancing act to raise her 5-year-old sister on her own without abandoning her aspirations to be a poet and an actor. Mandisa addresses the question, what does it mean to be a young African woman in the 21st century? Now let's watch Black to Our Roots and Mandisa.
When I look at these waters and consider the journey my ancestors endured crossing them, captive because of the color of their skin, I never thought I'd be the one to return. But will it still be home? I remember when we were young, we ran careless and free. Oh, the days never seem to end. Much used is the path between friends. Many moons since the rain season. Many moons since the rain season. My name is Sylvia Dorsey. I am 17 years old, and this is where I live, in the Thomasville Heights community. Thomasville is one of the most dangerous neighborhoods in Atlanta. Like, I saw the first person get killed in front of me. I was like 6 years old, and he was like probably 30 feet away from me, and it was over a bad drug deal. But the most difficult things about living in Thomasville is walking out of here every day and seeing these 10-foot high fences. It's like we're in prison. We have a lot of people that they have begun to accept, like, this is it, this is Thomasville, this is who I am, but not me. I won't allow myself to accept where I'm from. You know, I'm doing my best to get out of here. I think it was like around middle school when I used to hear about slavery, because I used to read all the time, and I just really wanted to know more. I was like, it don't end here, you know, and I never knew how I was gonna go about doing that. Like, I can sit here and I can look at these books all day, okay, but to actually touch, to actually just be there, it's a whole new story. It's just all about a connection that I need, the feeling, to be there where they were. It got me thinking, like, wow, we the only people in the world that can't seem to associate with ourselves and get it through our brain that we from Africa, like, connect them two together. I feel bad about it, and I feel upset because some people go their whole lives, some black people go their whole lives thinking that their history only began in slavery. They have no clue that it goes way further than that. And because, like, we know, but it's just kind of negative, they think of Africa as negative.
Hi.
Can I ask you all some questions? Do you think you're African?
I'm gangster.
You gangster? He's not African. He thinks that he's gangster. Do you think that you're African?
I ain't got no Africa in me, right?
I consider myself as an African living in America. This is not my country. I was brought here.
I think we still lost. I think we still enslaved in some ways.
I'm nigga, I'm Indian, and I got some of that crazy Asian white in me. So I'm the American dream, I guess.
But the black American here, the black African, that's the same thing. That's the same thing, same culture, same black.
There's no nation called black on the planet.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? That's descriptive of our hue, but it doesn't give us a nation.
Africans came to America on planes, and African Americans came on boats locked in chains.
All right, Pat. I'll let you get you down. Appreciate it.
We went to the African Expo, and so that's when Brother Krishan asked me, like, anybody want an opportunity to go to Africa? So I was like, yeah. Even as a little girl, I always wanted to go to Africa. I'm never going to get an opportunity like this, like, ever again. I'm going to stick with it.
You never gonna reach the sky until you spread your wings and fly. You ain't gotta give me no reason why. I said you never know unless you try, baby. You never gonna reach the sky until you spread your wings and fly.
All right. Good afternoon. Greetings to everyone. I'm gonna tell you a little bit about Habesha. First of all, Habesha, the word itself is an acronym, which stands for Helping Africa by Establishing Schools at Home and Abroad. That's what Habesha stands for. And this program specifically is focused on high school students in Atlanta to teach them about their own history, their culture, teach them leadership skills, community service, and it culminates in a trip to Ghana, West Africa. Now, the program is very intense, and we're going to talk a little more about it. We expect a lot out of the students, but I know for sure we will have students who are up to the task.
Like, when I first came here and the people, you know, they were hugging, I was like, I ain't never seen it like that in my life. They always hugging, they always smiling, they always just positive. I have never seen anything like that in my life. Like, I didn't feel that I was going to fit in, because I wasn't raised like a lot of people. A lot of people in Habesha were raised in an African way of life. I wasn't raised that way. So I didn't know anything. The only thing that I knew was what they taught me in school.
There's a vibe on the ears in their hearts as it's slow. Warriors are coming from their romance.
We sold out everything. We sold out a watermelon. Our smoothie sold out. And then we sold out the Habesha youth. Yeah, help, you know, make it happen. Trying to send us to Africa. We've been out here working hard.
I think we did really good. I know we made our mark in terms of money and how much we were supposed to make.
Over the street, fugitive with a heart. Babylon chase and them catch him in the park.
This is why we're doing it, for these young people right here. Because we know without them,
we don't have a future.
This is not easy. When they say you have to earn your trip to Africa, you have to earn your trip to Africa, you know. No lie, straight up.
He ready for a car wash? He ready for a car wash?
It's been hard raising that $2,500. It's been hard. I only got like $100 left and I'm straight.
Y'all could be like this brother right here. You know, give us some bread because we're really trying to go to Africa.
So this is significant on a lot of levels, and it's basically like a welcome home celebration for us Africans here who were brought into slavery and brought into bondage. So how about talking to them why you wanted to make this trip to Africa? What does this mean to you?
I give the utmost respect and thanks to Habesha, you know, who shows us a world outside of the one that we're living in, who shows us that we're better than who people try to portray us to be, you know, who teach us about things like our race and our culture.
We went to Oyotunji village. I think it's important to have this experience before we go to Africa because it gives us kind of a view of the environment that we're about to go and be in and live in.
A lot of people were interested and very surprised at the fact that there's Yorubas in America who dress in Yoruba clothes every day and live in an African village, and they want to know, why do you do that? Like, why? You live in America, why do you do that? You know, you should be on BET or something like that. It's a connection that has to be made, and that connection is that the African people in the United States do not remember what they lost or do not know what they lost. The African people in Africa do not know what they're losing and do not know what they have. That's why we have the egunguns that you see dancing around and the different ceremonies we do for the ancestors, because we know that's the only way people become dynamic, is if they celebrate themselves. And so we would hope that when you do go to Africa, you look for the cultural aspect. Do not go to Africa expecting anything. And keep your mind open, your mouth shut, and your eyes and ears open. And you should have a great trip.
I think this trip would be, it's really important. Why? It gives us hope, like, because we see every day, like, people straying away from the African way of life. They're losing their heritage and the unity. And we go here and we see everything is done the Yoruba way. And it gives us hope that, you know, maybe someday we might can start our own village.